Add a marker. Oh man, this set is going to be weird. So hey guys, it's Game Cal. We are going to be playing a draft set from the Ruby Sapphire set here. So this is going to be Expedition on format. So we've lost the Clever, we've lost all the fun stuff. I did a video on that, well, this afternoon actually. So that's uploaded and all of that. Should be slightly over half an hour of just going in. Wow, what we lost. It's not crap, but still, a lot of stuff. But we do have some exciting things in this set to talk about that maybe don't appear as super good this set, but will definitely come up in the future ones when we actually get just a couple more tools to actually, you know, make them work. Should be fun. So, the first thing to probably talk about here are the EX cards, because these are the new gimmick that was introduced when Nintendo took the game back over. This is their big selling point that they wanted. Ultra rare cards, essentially, and they are stronger Pokemon, supposed to be anyway, stronger Pokemon that give up 2 prizes instead of just a 1. However, they aren't very good in this set for the most part, because, I don't know, they like decided to reprint the Haymaker type ones and not really make them much stronger. It's weird. I'm not really sure what the idea was here, but apart from they're just like flashy throwbacks, they're not great. But they are big bunguses in a set that is very hard to like search and draw from, so they might be good enough, to be honest. So we have Chansey over here. Instead of Scrunch, it's got the same HP, by the way, as the original Chansey, so this one's not even stronger. You've got, instead of Scrunch that could potentially stop you from taking damage, you heal 2 damage counters from all of your Pokemon, which is not terrible, to be honest, but still not gonna outpace its own like damage output. It only takes 3 energy to double edge for 80, and it only does 60 to itself, but keep in mind this thing gives up 2 prizes, so I probably would have played it this week if I actually pulled one, because of what I'm going to be playing for today, but it's not good, I'll just tell you that right now. Electabuzz, Thundershock is still kind of annoying. It's got plus 20 HP compared to the original Electabuzz, and the metal resistance, I guess, but quick attack is just more expensive. You'll see all of these are like 2 colored energy and 1 colorless in their cost here. That kind of prohibits a lot of the uses here. Quick attack is respectable damage. It averages 50, but it's not reliable, so it's kind of lame. Hitmonchan doesn't apply resistance, which is pretty good for a fighting type, but its steady punch is worse than the original card it came from. Original card it came from was just a straight 20 damage for 1 energy, so yeah, it's kind of bad. Lapras does... I don't understand why Energy Ball does like 30 max when Confuse Ray does 30 as well. Confusion got nerfed a little bit here, so it's possible to retreat out of it, so it isn't quite as big a deal. It's still irritating, but it's not that amazing at this point. 110 HP is really big though. Magmar has the annoying smokescreen attack still, but other than that, like, Burn is also unreliable in terms of how much damage you do, so it's pretty weak, to be honest. Mewtwo is the good one. It's still the same promo Mewtwo that we played for absolutely ages, except now it's got a higher retreat cost, but it's got 30 extra HP, and Cyburn does 60 for free instead of 40, so... definitely the best one here. The quote-unquote Mewtwo wars between Pepper and myself even have been quite funny, to be honest. Who blinks first type of situation. Cypher is the other one that we're going to see from me today. Straight 50 for free is passable. 80 HP is very, very low for a 2-prize Pokemon, to be honest. Like, that sounds bad, right? An 80 HP basic. But you got to keep in mind, even from the very start of the game, we've been playing with, like, Lickitung at 90 HP, Snorlax at 90 HP, Zapdos was 90 HP. We've been playing with bigger Pokemon than this. Even the original Cypher was 70, and it only gave up 1 prize. This thing isn't that big. However, agility is really, really annoying. So, 1 energy flip to make yourself immune, potentially. Very, very cool. And then the Sneasel. This takes an extra energy compared to the Sneasel from Neo Genesis, and so it's really not very good, to be honest. It can still hit big numbers, but like, why? Darkness energy is still not a basic energy at this point, so it's really hard to actually play that down. When it comes to the other stuff in here, there's a lot of good hollows in here. Aggron's not one of them because its first attack needs a coin flip. If it was just 10 damage times the number of damage counters on it, that would probably be okay, to be honest, but it's not. And look at that last attack. 5 energy, 2 of which are metal, in order to flip 2 coins and do damage based on the number of heads. Just no. So bad. Beauty Flight is kind of interesting. Parallel Gain is good against spread decks, and it ignores resistance in play. 0 retreat cost too. Like, this thing is passable if you need like grass attacking or your deck falls because resistance is a problem, right? Pretty good. Blaziken is probably the best card of the set, or arguably best card. Like, it pairs with the Delcatty over here, which arguably is also like best card. You know, it's one of these two. Blaziken is like the Typhlosion that I tried to play in Neogenesis, except it can't attach active, but it can attach to non-fire Pokemon and doesn't take a coin flip. So yeah, it just accelerates the fire energy from the discard every turn, and it's a really good attacker too. 50 damage for free, you discard a fire energy on it and do 10 to all of the opponent's Pokemon. Really powerful card, just all around superstar. Camerupt is one you could pair it with, but I think it pairs better with Swampert, ironically. Fire Spin just discards 2 basic energy. 100 damage is insane output though, so it is definitely very good for a stage 1, right? You just need to get the 2 fire on it otherwise, and then 2 of any energy that you can discard, and 100 damage KOs a lot of stuff. Also, Lava Burn is potentially good, but yeah, it's just a cool card, but we didn't pull it, so whatever. Delcatty's whole thing is you discard any energy card from your hand and draw up to 3 cards with its power, so it's just draw consistency, right? There's not much else to say. Its attack is pretty bad. It's focused around doubles, which we're not playing, so whatever. Dustox prevents any effects of attacks that aren't damage that are done to it, the same as the Machamp from the previous set. Toxic could also be kind of good. 0 retreat on this thing, it's passable. Not really that strong, but still, you know, not the worst. God of War over here is excellent, but I didn't pull it. Matt pulled it, 2 of them, but we don't quite have the engine for it yet. Search your deck for a Psychic Energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon. You do put damage counters on that Pokemon, so it is a little bit... It can be a bit frail, and its own attack is not amazing, right? Like, 10 damage times the number of energy attached to you and the thing you're attacking. It's kind of like a mix of Psywave and like the max energy source thingy from here, so it's kind of decent, but you need to commit a lot of energy to that to make it worth it. What makes God of War great is the fact that it accelerates from the deck, which is just insane, to be honest. There will be partners for this later, and it will be glorious. Hariyama, potentially an anti-EX tech. It does 80 damage for 3 energy. The problem is the only 2 good EXs are Mewtwo, which kills it in 1 hit, and Cypher, which resists it, so you're not actually killing them anyway. So, bit weak at the moment. And like higher stage evolution EXs are going to have twice as much HP as this can deal, so it's probably still not good even then. Manectric is interesting. Search your deck for a lightning energy, attach it to one of your Pokemon. It's attack-based acceleration, but it's still acceleration, so it still works quite well. Thunderjolt is fine as well. Mightyena, I know Pepper pulled like 4 of this and was really hoping to try and make it work. I don't think it does, unfortunately, but it's fine. If it's your active, then all damage the opponent does to your field is reduced by 10, so really good against the spread stuff here. And Shakedown potentially rids the opponent of a card in their hand. It's fine, but it's a little bit underpowered, to be honest. Sceptile, deceptively good here. Solar Beam is expensive, but in a Sceptile deck, as we'll get to, you'll be able to charge that up. 120 HP is massive. Resistance to water, pretty good too. And Lizard Poison does 20 plus a variety of different status conditions depending on how many energy you have attached to the Sceptile. So it goes from Sleep to Poison to both Sleep Poison to Sleep Poison Burn if you have 4 energy on it. So you can easily set up cheap attacks with this, and we're going to try and take advantage of that today. Slacking would have been a really cool one if we actually had it. If it's your active, the opponent can't use any Poké Powers, and 100 for any 4 energy is pretty good. Gotta discard a basic energy from it, and it can't attack twice in a row, but that's still pretty strong. You can use that in any energy acceleration deck, and just the power alone can stop the opponent from playing the game, so definitely cool. Swampert over here has an ability to attach a water from your hand to your active Pokemon just once per turn, so this is just generically powerful, right? You can use this with anyone that needs a decent amount of energy, and its attack is fine. It's a bit expensive, but 50 plus auto sleep is pretty good. And then we got a big old whale. Not much else to say about it. It's got 120 HP as a stage 1, which is insane. Its first attack is kind of bad, but you could use boost energy if you want to, and Surf is just very, very expensive, but it is pretty powerful, so, you know, you could maybe use this as a payoff for the Swampert deck. As far as some of the rares go, the other Blaziken here is passable. Clutch is pretty good, like 20 and stop the opponent from retreating. Flamethrower is just generically powerful, only takes 1 energy to discard, so you could keep spamming that if you want. There's a Breloom that does extra damage for every fighting energy that's attached to it, so you could maybe get 60 or even 70 out of this if you attach a Rainbow as the grass energy, so that could be kind of cool. Donphan does 40 damage if the opponent has any damage counters on them for just 2 energy, so that's a good interaction. Sceptile. Debatably the better Sceptile overall, but I do like the other one too. This is Energy Trance. This is what we're going to be playing today. I'm probably going to run into a fire matchup from Matt, but it doesn't matter. This is what we're playing. I played Venusaur in the opening round, and this is just Venusaur, but with distinctly more lizard-like qualities, rather than being a frog. Its attack is okay. Its retreat cost gets in the way a lot, which is unfortunate, but yeah, it's not too bad. Energy Trance is just really powerful, right? There's a Seaking that's good for doubles. There's a Sharpedo that can do a lot of damage, but it does have to discard special Dark Energy, which is pretty bad. There's Swampert over here that you pair with the other one. Snipes for 20, heals 10 damage off it if you attach a water to it. So maybe with energy switches and stuff, you could actually power this up, heal it, and then switch those energy away. Like 50 for free is possible, you know? Weezing is the other one that I'd consider playing this week. Confusion Gas is actually surprisingly annoying because Poképowers get shut off if they are affected by special conditions, so you can stop a lot of irritating stuff from like dampening your spirits here. And then Poison Smog, it poisons the opponents. It's even better in doubles, but it poisons the opponent and then spreads 10 to each of their bench, so you set up your stronger attacks later in the game, whilst also preventing active powers from working, which is really good. As far as the other stuff, I think is decent in this set, because there are a couple of lower tier things. This Lairon kind of needs to be talked about, because next set there's a good Aggron in the EX slot that could be good. 1 energy, 20 damage, and 10 to every bench Pokemon, so it spreads like the Weezing does, but it's on metal, so that you can reduce damage and whatnot, so that could be pretty good. The Linoon, I think, is actually really good. We are going to see that today as well. 1 energy, search your deck for up to 2 cards, put them into hand, so that's just excellent consistency. Manectric is kind of good. You're pairing this with the other one. You do 40 for free energy and 10 to 2 of the opponent's bench, so you can use this in, because it's 2 colorless too, you can use this in, say, like a Blaziken deck or something to give you type coverage, which is pretty good. And then the Swallow potentially is worth it, but it's difficult to play because we can only retreat once per turn now. If it's your active Pokemon, you can force the opponent to choose one of their Pokemon on the bench and switch it in. So yes, they get the choice, so it's not ideal, but it's still pretty cool at the very least. Otherwise, that's like all the Pokemon which are decent here. Trainer-wise, we have Energy Removal 2 that came back, Energy Restore came back, so these were printed in the Expedition sets, so more playsets. Energy Switch is another one. Lady Outing is a new card. Search your deck for up to 3 different types of basic energy cards, show them to your opponent, put them into hand. Really wish I could play Ho-Oh with this, but that rotated, so, you know, it's not amazing, but it's still there. Lumberry replaces Miracle Berry, Oranberry replaces Regular Berry, so we do still have those in format. Pokeball makes its return. that's all I need to say about that. Pokemon Reversal gets a reprint, so I now have a playset of this where I only had 2 before. Pokénav is an interesting new card. You look at the top 3 cards of your deck, you choose any Pokemon or energy card you find there, add it to hand after showing to the opponent, and then any cards you didn't add to your hand get rearranged on the top of your deck. So it's kind of neat. We have Professor Birch here as well, a new supporter, draw until you have 6 in hand. Pretty good, bit limited in this format, but still quite strong. Energy Surge gets a reprint in here as well as Potion and Switch. We then have some updates to Darkness and Metal Energy as well. They do not provide their benefits if you aren't a Dark or Metal Pokemon respectively. So you can now safely attach them to your Cleffa that you can't play anymore because it rotated. Anyway, the deck we're going to be playing today is the Sapphire, as I mentioned before. We tested this one last night. It was actually kind of strong, so we're just going to go with it here. I've already said we're relying on Energy Trance, and then this Lizard Poison stuff is quite good too. We have 3 copies of the Sapphire. I did pull 3 of this, surprisingly, so we do have access to that, which is pretty sweet. I'm using 1 copy of the Ditto. I used to play more than this, but I needed space for like Pokemon Nurse and whatnot. This lets you play Rainbow Energies effectively onto the Ditto. Every basic energy that this has on it is a Rainbow Energy, and then it steals one of the opponent's attacks. So it's honestly, my entire deck is weak to fire with the exception of this and Linoon, so it is what it is, but this can actually let me play against the opponent's like really strong fire attack, right? So it's cool. You take the opponent's best move and use it against them. We have Energy Trans in this deck, so we can just put the energy we need elsewhere and then switch it to this Ditto when we have to. So it's pretty good. One of the weaknesses of Sapphire is that all the Tricos have got 40 HP, which sucks. This one seems to be the better one, so that's what I'm playing. This Grovyle has 80 HP, and honestly the other Grovyle is abysmal, so I'm gonna take the extra HP here. And then I pulled 1 copy of the Lizard Poison Sceptile and 3 Energy Trans ones. Honestly, I would like to play a 2-2 split, because Lizard Poison is actually really good. But I can't, so whatever. The alternate Pokemon that I have here is a 3-2 line of the Linoon. I realized when I was making this deck that you probably don't want to play Delcatty here. I have 2 copies of it, but I don't think it's good for this deck because Delcatty discards the energy that you want to be attaching. Just like with Venusaur in the very first episode here, we want to be attaching an energy every single turn, right? Because we just need to keep getting energy in play. We don't accelerate it, but we maintain it throughout the game. So we want to just have attaches, not discard them to the discard pile. So instead we're going to play Linoon as a consistency here. Continuous Headbutt is also not to be completely discounted. Yeah, it's like a 50% chance it doesn't do anything, but it's 2 energy and you can potentially hit for 80, 120 damage if you get lucky with this thing. So absolutely worth considering here. As far as the trainers go, I have 1 Dual Ball. Again, space is a bit limited in here. I'd probably play the second if I could, but this effectively replaces my 4th Pokemon Fan Club because I only have 3 of them. So these are our basic searches. Pepper clued me in on the Mystery Plates here. So the Mystery Plate, basically for 1 energy, you get to 1 turn, shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards when the opponent has 5 or more prizes. You pull this at the start of the game or near the start of the game, and it just gives you more consistency than any other card in this format does, because the best shuffle draw otherwise, or the best draw in general, is Oak's Research, which is shuffle draw 5. It's just not that exciting here, so yeah, a shuffle draw 6 is good. It does have a devolution effect if the opponent's had exactly 2 prizes left, but we're almost never going to see that, so don't count on that too much. Warp Point, I would like to be playing more of this, but deck space is just too tight here unfortunately, so we're just going to run the 1. 1 Copycat, mostly because Pepper has clued me on to the fact that Mystery Plate is a thing, and in Delcatty engines, the opponent is likely to have, like a Delcatty Juggler engine can have 8-10 cards in their hand, so 1 Copycat seems fine there. 2 copies of Desert Shaman forces both players to shuffle up and draw up to 4 cards from their deck. So this is good disruption. I do have more copies of this, but I favor an additional card with Oak's Research than I do disrupting the opponent every turn. So Yeah, this deck needs to set up, right? We are a stage 2 deck in a format that doesn't have Pokemon Trader and doesn't have Pokemon Breeder, so, you know, gotta kind of take concessions where you can. 3 Pokemon Nurse. This is the entire reason this deck is good this round, I think. Pokemon Nurse is essentially a watered down version of Pokemon Center that just rotated, but this is still really good, right? You're generally only going to be getting hit on the active anyway, and you're just removing all damage from that active Pokemon. The energy discard thing doesn't happen because we can use Sceptile to trans the energy away first. So exactly the same reason why we used to play Center. This is just a watered down version, but it's still strong enough to see play here. 2 Professor Birch. Stage 2 decks especially can sometimes clog on evolution cards, so Birch is fine but not like amazing, but you don't always want to shuffle your hand away. When you are an evolution deck, you often want to actually like keep one of the cards. Say if I have a Sceptile in hand but I'm looking for the Grovyle, Birch is better in that case, but better than both of them, like, you know, both Shuffle Draw and Birch, is Elm's Training Method, playing a full 4 of this card here. Just search your deck for an evolution card, put it into hand, so we can get the evolution we want. This is a slow format, so this is going to be an acceptably slow deck, and yeah, if it doesn't come across fire, it's going to be pretty good. Unfortunately, I know Matt pulled a really good fire core, so it's likely that we come across fire here, but I still think it's going to be strong. The alternative option would be Weezing and Mewtwo EX here. So I do have 2 copies of the Mewtwo EX, so we can use this for like the final damage output push. But the Weezing spread is really helpful to set numbers up for the Mewtwo. Like, this thing is just very, very disruptive, and in a slightly more consistent format, I would like to play energy removals and like Pokemon Reversal and stuff here, but it's just not possible to amass enough cards in hand to make that work. So we got a free Weezing in here. We do have the 1 Cypher because I don't have free Mewtwo, but also because Cypher's not weak to Psychic like everything else in this deck. So you can see there's a bit of a problem with the way the stuff is built right now, but there's just nothing I can do about that, really. 1 Jinx is in here. I do only have 1 copy of this, but it's good enough. It's 2 Energy Meditate it was good with the Crobat stuff, but I mean, it could be better. But if you're spreading successfully, you're going to have a lot of damage counters on the opponent's bench, and this can just be a more efficient way than the free energy that Mewtwo takes and the 2 prizes it gives up. This can just be a more efficient way to like close the game out, right? I'd rather this be Mewtwo, but it's passable. And then we have the free 2 Delcatty. Delcatty just gets the draw engine online here, but the Skitty is really good too. Like, it is the lowest HP Skitty we have, but it searches for 2 basic energies and puts them into hand, right? So you can then use that with Delcatty next turn in order to draw a bunch of cards. So it is actually quite good. As far as the trainers in here go, 2 Dual Ball, because I've got more space for it in here. Fastball is actually really good in a deck with only 5 evolution cards. You reveal cards until you find an evolution card, show it to the opponent, put it into hand, and then all the other cards get shuffled into the deck. So because we only have a couple of different evolutions anyway, this usually gets what we want, or it's like a 50-50 at worst, so it's pretty good. 2 in the Mystery Plate, probably should play more in here, but I do have 2 Pokénav as well, so that's what we're going for there. The Warp Point, again, want to play more, deck space is hard to find. This one has 3 Desert Shaman in it, because I have the Juggler engine for my draw otherwise. Discard energy cards from your hand, or basic energy, and then draw either 3 cards if you discard 1, 5 cards if you discard 2. So there are 20 energy cards in this deck as a result of all of the discard stuff, despite not needing very many here. The reason is because energy absorption, right? We want to be able to recover the energy cards very early with the Mewtwo as like a potential play line. So there is that. 2 Fishermen, this gets the energy back from the discard into the hand, so we can use them for more draws and whatnot, so that's pretty good. Oracle lets us stack the top 2 cards of our deck to be whatever we want, so very good with the draw option of the Delcatty. Can also use this with Fastball if you want to specifically get 1 evolution card out as well, so that's pretty good. And then of course the free Fan Club to round it out. But that is not what we're going to be playing this round. Sceptile is the deck I am going with, and that is what we shall do. As for the questionnaire, how goes card games? So my one British friend. Yeah, no, it's well, we haven't started yet ourselves, but the rest of it's been okay. This set is weird, so I don't know how it's gonna go, but let's just go in and tune in with the other guys here, see what's going on.
If anything.
I think Cal went like 100 packs without getting one when he was testing.
Oh, I went through like four like boxes of it before. No, it's about 5 boxes before I got a single one. So
Fantastic timing.
yeah.
Coughing Donphan worked really well versus Blaziken.
I see. Well, yeah, Blaziken is the expected output here. My entire deck is weak to fire, so yeah, I stand absolutely 0 chance this week, but that was expected. There's nothing I can do, honestly. There's absolutely nothing I can do when it comes to stuff this week, because this format is so piss poor in terms of like basically everything that I either play the Weezing and then lose to Pepper because he's playing Mewtwo, or I play what I am actually playing here, which is an objectively better deck, but loses to fire. So there's nothing I can do. I'm auto losing to at least one person this week, just because of the way your pulls were like absolutely unbelievable.
Yep.
If Swampert had better partners, I would have considered that, but I just don't have them.
Yeah, its partner is itself, I keep telling you. You got a lot of background noise going on over there, Matt.
Oh, sorry.
So it sounds like someone doing dishes.
Yeah.
Good guess, because that's exactly what it is.
Not surprised. Yes, I don't know what's happening with the game stuff here then.
Yeah, I was about to put a game in. I just forgot to. Forgotten to save a few edits. That's all. Did them quickly.
Did you want to play Pepper? Or
I mean, I did play Pepper with this list yesterday,
yeah,
so...
I realized when I said it like that, I said it weird. I should have said, Pepper, comma, would you like to play?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Now.
Right, I guess we should probably move to a different room then, Si.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to play the fire stuff, and I'm like, yeah, there's nothing I can do, to be honest.
I'm surprised it kept up as well as I did, honestly. I had a really bad start. He kept discarding my draw cards with Eruption.
Oh, yeah, that would do it. Yeah, 4 of that Makago, like, jeez. Oh, just before I start, I'm going to move this this zone over here real quick, because I like to have my thing there. What have we got? 2 Weezing, the Burst, yeah, okay, right. Let's go ahead and do my draw. Oh, I actually don't have one either. Give me a sec, I'm just getting my stuff sorted out over here, just so I can actually see what is going on. Right, okay. Yeah, I actually don't have a basic either. Oh, and that is not how I wanted to fucking show it. I was clicking the whole thing with it here. Come on. What is happening with this? I'm highlighting the whole
I've
hand.
had some issues with that myself.
Yeah, it's been really weird. Anyway, yeah, this would have been good if I had just like one basic instead of an energy or something, right? Too bad. That's not how it happened. So that's both of us have had one mulligan. So
Yep.
we will shuffle. We will draw 7. Okay, I do have something here. So I've been mulliganing with this deck way too often, considering it has 11 basics in it. But whatever, right? Okay. Well, what would we like?
I'll go for Tails this time.
Alright, you got it. So, yep, we do not draw on turn 1 here. Ooh, the Shroomish. Yo. Yeah, so the person going first no longer draws at the, on, like, the first turn of it here. Yeah, it's like, love looking at other card games going, that would be broken in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yep.
This is an interesting interaction. I'm not sure how to handle this, because I've got two of this thing. So, I think the correct order is first of all going to play one of them.
Okay. So, see what you find. Any Pokemon or energy. It can be a special energy too, so...
There is
Yeah.
one there.
And then the other two go on top of the deck in any order you choose.
Order does not matter because we are going to...
Fair enough, yeah, that's fine. So, if you did it the other way round, you'd have been able to stack, like, whatever 2 cards you'd want and then get one of those.
That's the thing. I have another one.
Yeah, so you can still do that.
That is the plan.
You have the power.
Okay, so it does have evolutions.
Yeah, it's
Just
any
did.
any Pokemon or any energy card. This is
Yes,
why I've
okay.
been playing it so much, to be honest, because it can be useful for grabbing like Delcatty or something, you know. Yep, let's get shuffle. Those go on. Yep, that into hand, and as you say, we have a second one, so I can cut again. I don't know if I have Pokénav in this deck, but I know I don't have Master Ball, so I'm gonna just put the cut down to 3 instead of 7 here, like just by default.
There's enough energy in this deck to find this.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then I want to order it.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's on top.
Yep. Yeah, so I'll grab the counter for you.
Thank
Suppose
you.
You'll probably want it down facing you rather than the other way around.
And that'll be it for now.
You wanna just tackle?
Oh, suppose I might as well just tackle, I guess.
You do have an energy attack that you could use.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
We are not going to have quite that explosive of a start here, but I do have Pokemon Fan Club, so I am at least going to be able to play the game. You know, that's always a good start. It's just not going to be quite as insane as that opening here, because I don't have nearly as many cards to play. I say insane as if it was like ever, you know, completely unexpected that could happen, but you know what I mean. In a format like this, it's kind of like, you know, almost unexpected that anything happens turn 1. Okay.
It is probably one of the better openings you can have.
Yeah, that was good for sure, because you've you know what's up in the rest of the deck here too. So, like at the top of the deck. So, your next turn is probably pretty decent too. Let's see. I think I'm safe enough actually to attach to the active here, because Fury Swipes is a not insignificant attack on turn 1 here. So that's what we're gonna go for. 3 coins. 10 damage. Alright, you know what? That's fine. It got something off. That's better than nothing in this sort of situation. We can work with this.
Alright.
Yep, so there's the wheezing. At least it's not Shaman. Then again, I mean, my hand could be like super weak or it could be kind of awesome here. It's hard to tell, because Fan Club is just the best first turn supporter, right? So...
And we will do the poison gas.
Alrighty, so that is going to put 10 on my bench dudes. It is going to put the poison there, which puts this up to 20. And we will draw. Let's go. You can see easily why I wanted to have this thing. It is genuinely good. Alright, double. Let's see what we can get. The 1 is pretty good.
Matt hit both 25% with his.
Of course he did. Because I gotta be honest, that's just Matt in a nutshell. Alright, I think... Yeah, I'm just gonna get another Trico. Like, I know, hurry of benching stuff against a deck that spreads, but I kind of need to. I mean, I guess I could not bench this one just now. Because it's not like I have a bunch of Grovyle this turn anyway, spoilers. So, like, I guess I could just hold this one right now. Yeah, Shaman might be a thing, but I don't think that's even that bad if you Shaman me here. Although, this might change that a little, but I'm gonna go for Elm here. Just want to double check my numbers and stuff before I do something silly with this, because yeah, it's going to be Linoon that I get here, because you know, searching is
Get
good.
rid of the poison and searching.
Yeah, gets rid of the poison as well. Yeah, so I mean, the obvious bit, I'm going to do that now, and I'm just thinking, what do I actually search with the Linoon here? I think... I mean, Linoon also isn't in any immediate danger of getting KO'd. Yeah, I think those two will be fine. So, get these into my hand. This is using the Seek Out attack at this point. We've gotten the 2 cards into the hand here. Shuffle that around so that they're not the immediate ones, and go ahead. Yeah, as you say, we got rid of the poison, so there's no residual damage between turns here. Coughing. Yep. Fan Club is really good.
We need to get out a Phanpy if we can.
Yeah, probably.
Let's get another Coughing out.
Coughing's probably going to be the main attacker in this this round anyway, right?
Yeah, like I can absolutely demolish this thing with a Phanpy, but
then Phanpy gets demolished right back by my bench, so...
exactly. Although I still think it's probably a good idea to start having one built up just in case.
I do too.
And yeah, we'll do the poison again.
Yep. So this is one of the awkward things I have been finding with this matchup as far as like playing it goes. It can be rather difficult to like keep up with the damage spread here. If I had Pokemon Center, then things would be a lot different, but you know, that's rotated obviously, so it can be a bit tricky. Alright, we are going to go with the double Grovyle here. Surprise, surprise. Going to attach one to the bench. And I believe we're just gonna go for the Seek Out again here. So let's do... what do we want here? That and that, I think. So these into hand. If I highlight my hand first and then hit R on the deck, I can shuffle both at the same time. Efficiency! And then this takes 10 damage from the poison in between things.
Yep.
So, seems good. Alright, go for it.
Put down Breloom.
That could also be really good here. Yeah, Shaman's pretty good. I was expecting it at some point there, but honestly, that's not the worst time for it to hit.
Well, I don't think you can clap me back quite yet.
Oh, okay.
And I don't
Sure.
like you getting these searches out, so we're
That-
gonna rend for the KO.
Yeah, that is fair.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. I mean, I have enough health with Grovyle that I can take a hit here, so I think this is fine. Alright. We'll draw. That's funny, but not really very good here. Okay, we'll bite. We'll use Walt Point.
Alright. Let's see.
Okay, I will go in with this one. And you kind of got me. I'm going to use the mystery plate to shuffle draw 6 because you're still at 5 prizes. So we're going to use that attack, the Retro Cave or whatever it's called.
Makes sense.
Yep. Ah, dear.
Damaging these is still very important.
It is good, yeah. Yep.
It's a wise idea to play this. Grab a Wheezing.
Yep.
I'm just gonna reduce my hand down to the point where you can't copycat me, or really, if you shaman me, I'm benefiting more than I'm losing here.
That is fair.
And then it will rent for 40. Can I have a quick break to go to the bathroom, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I'll put my card to the side there real quick. Yeah, for you guys here, not gonna lie, that shaman was pretty bad. Shaman and KO Linun was a pretty back-breaking pairing there, because I had everything that I needed, like the double Septile plus the nurse to full heal, and yeah, that was rough. Like, with what we have in hand, I can still do this, but that was not a good turn. So, gonna have a change of tactics here, unfortunately. That's fine. I think it depends on what this draw actually is, as to which way around I want to go here.
Again, sorry about that.
That's okay. Right, I had my top deck on face down on the field. I did not actually look at it beforehand, so does that change anything right now? I have like 2 schools of thought as to what I could do here. Not immediately sure what is best. The fact if you're on a 1-card hand, I mean, it could just be Birch, so I might just be getting rolled here at that point, but 80 HP means that 2 slashes with weakness does take it out. I will have to sack one of these to do that, but that is probably the quickest way we would get rid of this thing. But if I do that, I guess that means I can't use the mystery plate if that comes up again. I think the alternative is probably a little better here. We're going to put a Cypher down, and I'm going to go with the Cypher instead here. I think that's the better idea.
That is, in fact, a problem.
Yeah, and we're just going to use agility here. Don't get immunity, but it's 20 damage still, so I guess I'll get that on for you then.
Here's the problem, I don't think I have an answer to this right now.
You don't in this board, that's why I was like, I think this is the better solution. It's like, yeah, with the hand that low, you could have just been baiting me and like Birch for 5 cards or something this turn, but I was like, nah, most likely this thing's gonna go uncontested for a little bit.
Well, I guess the only thing I can do is build up my backboard a bit more.
Fair dues, yep. I mean, you've had no problem setting them up, that's for sure. But looked into the new set at all? No. I haven't really. I don't play the actual TCG stuff, like Master Duel obviously is its own beast, so... A compelling one, but its own beast nonetheless.
Pass.
Okay,
I could get out of dodge, but I don't think that's the play.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, come on, that's... That's just annoying. Alright, we're gonna attach... What do I even have in here? The Linoon and like 2... Yeah, okay. We're just gonna use agility again here. Alright, still no immunity, which is not great. Yeah, this is where the flips are gonna be really dumb.
Confusion gas?
Yep. So take... Oh, no, not the thing there. It's going to remove them all. Just very slightly off on my clicks. It's really annoying. Alright, we will draw.
Sorry, why was the energy discarded?
Because I'm about to retreat.
Oh. Sorry, just making sure
I'm playing too many steps ahead, I'm sorry. We're going to attach... I think... I know what I want to do, but... no, I think just research is fine here. Took me like 4 turns to top deck to support, like, draw a card or anything off of that, so, yay.
I'm currently in this pain as well.
Yep.
You know what? It's not going to harm me.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I had like... I had 2 Zigzagoon, one after the other in terms of my draw, but my 6 off of Retro Cave was like Town Volunteers, 4 Grass Energy, and the Cypher. So I was like, shit, what do I do now? You Desert Shaman me out of both different Sceptile and 2 Pokemon Nurse, by the way. So...
Ow!
Yeah, that was very critical. Speaking of Sceptile, however... It seems kind of good, but like, do I want to play it here? Confusion is really annoying, but at the same time, this dude has got 120 HP, so I think this is still kind of okay. We're gonna use the Lizard Poison to do 20 and Auto Poison here. Because we have 2 energy on it, so it's just poison instead of sleep here.
That goes up to 30, right?
Goes up to 30, yep. Yeah, I'm thinking the way the damage works out, this is probably for the best. It's annoying to get hit by confusion here, but...
Yep. Confusion.
But at the very least, I think I can play out of that fast enough. So we will draw... I will use training methods to get...
So this is a very expensive retreat.
It is an expensive retreat, which is why it's not happening, but at the same time, I can go ahead and play the Sceptile on the bench here, so this one... This one doesn't immediately die. Sorry, that was funnier than it should have been. And we will... I can do some energy transing around here as well, so we're going to do that. We're going to trans 1 energy off of this thing, because I don't need the poison on you anymore, even if I do go for the flip. There's not a lot of punish for me to go for the flip, though, is what I'm thinking, so I think I actually will here. Alright, so we get 20 in sleep this time round. So, flip for the sleep. Which is still asleep. Okay, and that KOs it going into my turn as well, so...
No, it went up to 70.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it KOs
it
KOs it going into my turn if you can't switch it out, which, you know, sleep kind of stops, so... Oh, that's really good. Nice, draw 5. Good shit.
Alright. I'm going to get clapped back for this, but I think I still have to do it. Wondering what's the best way to handle this.
Yeah, I don't envy this position, to be honest. It's a very weird one.
There's a 50-50 chance of you getting this off. This goes in, it's going to die if you get that though, and that's not worth it, even if it is 40 damage.
It's a 50-50 that it dies, or it's a 50-50 that I die afterwards as well. Because the free damage counters that would get placed would mean your 80 over 2 turns would take me out.
So I think I'm going to put down that onto the coughing, and then we'll pass for now.
Right, so that knocks out the wheezing by the poison, which, you know, not a phrase I thought I would ever say, but hey, that's the TCG for you. We will take our prize. Yep, and we will draw. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna get a much better time to just like, what do I want to do? Man, you've got that. I think I do probably need to try and risk an attack here. It's just like, that's dangerous, you know. I think against better judgment. I mean, there's 5 prizes on this board anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna bench the Zigzagoon here and Copycat. I don't think there's a better time to do this here.
Alright.
Seeing obviously the Zero Delcatty side of things there, it's like, yeah, I don't think there's a better time to do that. Oh no, that's pretty cool. It's cool, but it doesn't actually do anything right now. Which is fine. I do have a Grovile, so I can at least put that down. Give some resilience there. Yeah, let's do that. I'll probably move 1 energy over here just to like spread things out just a tiny bit. Is it worth? I mean, if I don't, there's too much pressure going on with it. Otherwise, I'm gonna go for the flip here. Alright, we get it. Sorry.
It is what it is.
Yeah, so as we say, the 20 plus all the poison here. Oh, that's good. Spoilers, I was going to do that to you next turn. I was between that and Copycat in my previous hand, and I was like, I'm going to Copycat because I don't think you're ever going to be above 5 cards in this deck.
And we'll poison Smog.
Yeah, you will indeed. So this will be at 40. I'm going to clone the counter because I can't be bothered getting anyone out. I will clone those 2 there as well. This is at 20. And this one is up at 70, which is pretty scary. Alright, draw. Man, you're making me look as if I didn't shuffle here, even though I know I did. Stupid game. We do have a Linoon. I have an energy to put down. This is 40 damage as well.
This?
Yeah, because it's poisoned, right? So
Yeah, 20.
yeah, I did 20 damage, and
Yeah.
then poison, which is ticked for 2 turns now, so it's at 40.
Yeah, my bad.
Yep. I guess I don't need to bench space for anything else here. I'm gonna bench the Ditto, which is why I'm like, I swear I shuffled here, and we're gonna Birch to draw 5. That's pretty good. I have attached this turn because I wanted to draw more cards with the Birch. I can evolve into the Sapphire because I didn't have that down until I had to grow out last turn. Okay, if I energy trans away one of these, then I don't lose as much if I do get like blasted in return here. I'm gonna go for the attack again. Jesus.
Yes, you
Alright. Go for the sleep flip, I guess. Fuck, I'm sorry, dude. And I go to 50 from the poison as well.
This is a position.
I'm sorry, I've flipped way too many heads on the confusion here. Alright.
Pass. Nothing I can really do. I can't get out of the situation.
Yep. This goes up at 60. Because of the poison. Okay. So now we draw. So I wish I didn't have to use my warp point earlier in the game, but I kind of had to, otherwise I wasn't going anywhere, you know. So I have 6 energy on board at the moment. You know, this is probably as good a time as any to actually retreat out of this thing. I've been pushing my luck for far too long on this. I'm going to trans the energy off of the Linoon as well to pay for the retreat here. So that was, yeah, because I had 6. I've attached for turn to get to 7, and then paying 3 to retreat this thing. Not what you want to be doing, but to be honest, it's probably okay here. We are going to Pokémon Nurse the 60 off here as our supporter for the turn, and I am going to energy trans onto this because it's probably the safest place for my energy to be right now at that big HP total.
Alright, you're just doing the agility.
Yeah, I'm just going to do agility. Logic being that I can't retreat again to go for anything bigger, and it still sets you up for the right damage output, whilst potentially, unsuccessfully, but potentially making me immune to the confusion next turn. Was the idea.
Now here is the question. Because I don't think you like this right now.
Okay.
I still think forcing you into confusion is probably the best move here.
Yeah, that's probably correct. Yeah, so we're going for the confusion gas?
Yep.
Yeah. Seems good. Alright. Let's draw.
Because it helps get energy off the board.
Yeah, that is the bit that's annoying me at the moment. Yeah, I was really hoping to get the flip. I can't complain, obviously. I'm not complaining on it, but it's like I was kind of hoping to get it. Would have been useful at least.
It would have been scoop worthy.
Yeah. Okay, so if this has 4 energy on it, it is sleep, burn, poison, right? So it's guaranteed 30. The burn flip would be potentially 50. Yeah, I think that's probably best. I want to tail that, but at the same time, if I fail that flip, like, if I double tails that, then this game goes south rather quickly from this spot. And that seems like a kind of a... because I can't retreat for free energy again, right? So, yeah, I think that's the way I'm gonna go for it here. We're gonna bring this in. We're gonna trans to get the 4th energy on, and we're gonna go for the lizard poison to sleep, burn, and poison here with the 20 damage. So which flip are you doing first?
Sleep.
Right, so it is a sleep then, right? Because that was a tails flip.
Yep.
Right, so now the burn flip. Okay, so you're alive because burn only does damage on tails at the at this stage of the game. But yeah, sleep is a thing.
Oh, this situation sucks.
I know. Oh, I need to switch first then with that, don't I? I mean, I guess you could go in with Wheezing again. It's a 1 energy retreat. I think Sapphire is okay here. Burn and Poison both go away from this, as well as that.
I'm not winning this either way, so this is a problem.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
feel
no.
that. I can feel that sentiment. I'm sorry. One Sceptile, one Grovar prized. Other than that, I mean, okay, I had one of all the family prized and plus a Linoon at the start, but other than that, it wasn't really too bad. That's why Elm went for the Linoon instead. That was really good heads-up play on that Shaman plus kill the Linoon thing, though. Because yeah, that was nasty.
I knew you would have two things in your hand that you wanted.
Yeah, I think the things I searched was like energy Sceptile at the time because I was just gonna sit on the Pokemon nest for a little bit. Oh, okay.
No,
sure.
this works surprisingly well.
It's good, isn't it? Like I said it'd be alright, but yeah, old school TCG indeed, Patrick.
I just can't win against that many flips.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I flipped way too many heads on that confusion.
Oh, they're still going.
Like my kind of theory with it was that you weren't going to kill me anyway for the most part, or if you were, it was going to be like a 1 energy loss and I could hit you on the clapback. So it was one of those situations where I was like, I can afford to take the 30 damage here, knowing that Pokemon Nurse is a full restore anyway to what I want. So, you know, 120 HP is just Goliath for that sort of deck to beat, right?
Especially when it can effectively attack for such little energy.
Yeah. And its attack is still good for that sort of energy too. Like a 1 energy 20 auto sleep is not awful. The 20 also poison is a bit weak on 2 energy, but like when you're transing them around anyway, that's really not too hard to justify. And the fact that you can choose how many energy you are willing to sacrifice at any given time, right? If something does somehow surprise KO you, it's actually surprisingly strong. Like, it doesn't look as good as it actually is, I think, but I still think it's the weakest of the starters overall because, you know, Energy Trans is nice and all, but it just doesn't have that, like, bomb power that the others do. But for this format in particular, at least until we saw, you know, this from Matt, like, it felt like it's got a good game against pretty much everything that isn't exactly what Matt has. So, you know.
And what he has is pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's kind of unbelievable, to be honest with you. But at the same time, it is rather difficult for that deck to to reliably beat Mewtwo every time, right? So it's a 2-shot war, pretty much, which, granted, you don't want as a 2-prizer, but it's a lot less setup for that 2-shotting. There's so much damage on that Delcatty, though, good lord.
Yeah, the fire stream is nasty.
But we're at 1 prize remaining on Pepper's side, so this actually seems like it's very, very favourable right now. Yeah, so it just takes the knockout. But yeah, I mean, no, I think it should be fine because Mewtwo's already ready to go given the fact of his hand is like 5,000 cards. There's no way he doesn't have an energy there. And realistically, I mean, I guess you would want to evolve that Haunter this turn to be sure against Warp Point, but other than that, I think, yeah, this should be pretty heavily favored because you've got attack initiative here, right? Although, no, because Delcatty's at 60. There's no way of healing that either. Never mind, I'm stupid. Biostream just actually kills it. And I know Pepper doesn't have Shaman, so... My kingdom for a fucking potion right now.
I mean,
Oh.
I had it in the Machamp deck.
Oh, fuck. If the opponent only has one prize, choose 2 energy attached to the defending Pokemon and put the bottom deck them. Oh shit.
Ha!
Wait, that's gonna just remove all the energy off the Blaziken and then there's no follow-up here. Oh no! Oh, it shuffles them, it doesn't bottom deck them. Doesn't matter. It can't recover from that.
No, it needs 3 turns.
Nothing else on this board can take a hit from Mewtwo either, so...
Yeah, that's game, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
That's pretty nasty.
I mean, the plates are cool in some aspects, right? And this just happens to be one of those really amazing setup stuff for it. Well played. That's all I can say with that. Like, I have that plate as well, but I probably wouldn't have used it over the Shuffle Draw 6 in the end, because most of the time I'm playing that kind of effect, I need to draw, like, more than 3 cards, you know? Yeah, so Firestarter to get to an attack, but, like, there's no attachment to the Blaziken in the active, which means there's not any, there's not, like, a way it's going to retreat next turn either, right?
Yeah, no, there's no retreat here unless he has a Warp Point.
Warp Point would be game winning, though. Potentially. I suppose you would need to hit, either have another energy in hand already, or you would need to hit a fire off the top of the deck with Eruption. Oh, the switch. Well, no, because that doesn't matter. It's not Warp Point. So... Oh, yeah,
Wait,
no, it does,
oh,
because
Firestream.
fucking this has also got Firestream. Right. I, for some reason, forgot that it also did the same thing, just more expensive. Wow. Yikes.
But the 2 Mewtwo actually kind of helped.
Yeah.
Well, that was an exciting finale.
It was.
Not only did I use the plate, I used the kind of bad plate.
I
And
know.
it nearly mattered.
I know. I was looking through it, and I kept forgetting the Delcatty had like 50 damage on it before the Fire Stream like took out your Mewtwo EX, and I was just like, oh yeah, you're fine. You've got the prize trade stuff here, and then it's like, wait, no, but Delcatty dies both in one stream. I was like, uh-oh.
But I had the the Galaxy Blade Mystery Plate Beta to strand the Blaziken. Weren't that one switch?
Yeah, I'm really glad I sat on it, because I certainly was considering playing that instead of retreating with energy earlier on.
It's so hard to actually play more than just one switch in this format. I've been finding, like, I really want to play 2 or 3 because I used to play in the double gust that worked that way, right? But this format is so devoid of like consistency and setup, like being able to set up properly, that it's so hard to justify. Like, you're sitting on a hand there that's unplayable, you know? I do not think that Birch is very good in a deck that's got Juggler. I will just say that right now, because if you're able to play the Juggler, you're going to go over Birch cards, and if you aren't able to play the Juggler, then you can't play Birch because you've got too many cards in hand.
Good point. Yeah, I didn't really think about it.
But that
think I
doesn't really
cut,
matter.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, I cut a couple of the other supporters in favor of the Birches, but I could probably add those back in.
That's fair. I mean, my initial take on this format was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to play like Energy Removal 2 or Pokemon Reversal because Birch can fill the hand back up. But then no, because it's just like I was playing a stage 1 deck that takes 2 energy to attack, and I couldn't do it because there just wasn't enough. Like just couldn't draw properly with it, right? It's very, very annoying, to be honest. And it's like, I don't know.
I should have played a free retreater. That was very stupid.
Are there actually any free retreaters to play though?
Stage
In
1.
fire?
I mean,
Probably a bunch of card at
Swallow.
I
Yeah,
guess.
my problem in the end was not being able
Manage.
to deal with having everything on the bench chipped because there's no gusting. It's not a problem I foresaw.
I mean, I guess the Swallow is possible. Rapidash is just a bad card. I don't know what you'd be thinking with that, but Swallow is at least passable because it can force the opponent to like switch out. But I don't know. Right, I know how this is gonna go. It's not gonna take very long. Do you want to just have a go anyway, Matt? Considering.
Sure.
I do have a different deck I can play. I don't particularly like just taking a different deck against different people with it. I got a Pepper once for that because that wasn't really the idea of this thing. But you know,
You might knock me. You never know.
yeah, that's not happening. Right. Okay.
I'll get mine spread out then.
Yeah. I guess I'll change to.
I actually did build the next deck for this afternoon.
I'll
But I ended
draw.
up bringing it because it was basically my plan for if I saw, hang on, water's not coming. But grass might be. Let's try and make fire work.
I mean,
It didn't work.
Yeah, that seems about right. Oh, yeah, this is about the not quite the worst case scenario of it, but it seems kind of bad. Alright, whatever. We'll see. Alright, what would we like?
Heads.
Okay, I'm actually going first for a change, so we do not draw here. Very important. I am kind of annoyed, by the way, there's not a 50 HP Trico when there's 50 HP for the others. That makes me rather sad. Alright, we do have Fan Club, so at least off to a somewhat reasonable start that way. Yeah, I will admit, like, I was kind of in that sort of thing of if fire comes, it comes sort of thing here. It's just a little bit like whatever, you know. There's not a lot I could do about it within this set, and so be it, you know.
Yeah.
But I basically, like, I mean, I played Venusaur at the very first set. It's not too much of a surprise for me to end up playing this, but I think it's more just the fact of this seemed like the more consistent option out of everything here. The energy acceleration stuff is nice and explosive if you can get it off, but just the energy transing is generally pretty good here too, because it means you can play Pokemon Nurse and, you know. Okay, so we're gonna get Ziggy and the Trico here. I'm going to attach active, and I am gonna pound. What is it? Tail slap for 10. It's not even pound. It's just tail slap. All right, go for it.
Big damage. All right. Yeah. Stuff. Some stuff.
But like, I have 2 Mewtwo as well, so my other deck I was playing was like Weezing Mewtwo, just because the Weezing spread is good for like setting up, right? Copycat, shuffle draw 4. Yep.
Probably wouldn't play it, except I don't want to get on.
Yeah. Yeah, this Ditto is another one I've like coined on to a little bit too, thinking it's a decent enough like thingy for it. Alright, so we get burn. No burn, okay.
I was actually half expecting that thing to start copying Energy Restore last game to at least threaten me with it, but...
Well, yeah, I wanted to, but you immediately knock it out if I do.
Yeah.
I immediately knocked it out anyway.
Well,
Yeah, but I don't need to attach to it just to get knocked out.
his hand is not amazing, I will be honest. We're gonna Fan Club a second time here.
got stuff. I'm kind of bricked.
Yeah. The problem is I don't really have a follow-up from here. Is the unfortunate bit. It's like, yeah, I've got an okay start, but then all the rest of my stuff is just not really accessible, I guess. Like if I could retreat and go into Linoon here, this would actually be amazing, and I wouldn't be like remotely worried. But yeah, that's not how this is gonna go down. Do I even want that? I keep prizing the freaking thing that I want as well, which is really annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna get those two down, and I might as well put my own Ditto down and just tail slap for 10. I'm saying, not amazing. As the problem is with all energy trans decks, missing attachments is not good here.
Well,
How's that copycat working out for you? Not all decks are mine.
Nothing, but not by much.
My idea of playing around copycat that last round was making my hand as big as possible so he decked himself if he tried.
That is a strategy. Just like taking the Max C challenge, though, it means he's going to get his switch card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that shaman later on. That was nasty.
Even do. I guess I will attach to Ditto and Singe.
Yep. Alright, so we are burned. So flip that over. Right, so between turns I need to flip to see if I take damage. Which I do, so 20 damage on the Trico. Not amazing, considering 40 HP, but, you know, whatever. Oh, for fuck's sake. You know what? This is sad, but this is what we're going to have to do with it. I'm going to get the Sceptile, I'm going to trans the energy away, and I'm going to end my turn.
Okay.
Because I was actually thinking if I get burn KO'd and lose my only energy, at least this way I can get the Lidood in after I die to burn. Because 40 HP basic. Alright, so we can... Alright, thank you. I was hoping for that here. Like, yes, you get a prize, but I get a free switch in a situation that I really need it. Of course, next card was an energy, but that is fine. We will survive with that. I am going to use... I mean, I'm actually kind of tempted to just go for the headbutt, but then you would just be able to copy my Seek Out anyway, and I still only have one card in hand. That seems really bad. So I'm going to go for the Seek Out and search for 2 cards to put into my hand here. So let us grab... let us grab probably that and that, I think. So draw those, shuffle that, and go for it.
Okay. I so far have Master Ball.
Okay.
3 in hand. I'll fail.
Right, okay. So just shuffle the whole lot back in then. That cut top feature is so good, by the way.
It is. Bust. Just retreat.
Yep.
And you know, I'll copycat for 3.
Sure. If you're gonna Seek Out anyway, then you might get another basic or something down first, eh?
Seek Out.
Yep. So I guess any 2 cards. So I'll go over my logic on this one with you after the game, obviously, but there's a very distinct reason I'm using this instead of my 2 Delcatty in this deck. I wish I had a 3rd Linoon, actually. I only have the 2, and yeah, I keep prizing one, so it's really annoying. But it's like, if I had 3, this would be a lot more consistent for the deck. I'd easily jam it in here. Card is just so good. Yes, you get one more, right? I mean, it is up to 2 cards, right? But you always take the 2, unless you're like trying to play down the Birch Hand or something. And even then, you just take an item instead, right? So.
Wait, what do I want?
Yeah, I'm not going to start my turn until you've got your search, just to make sure nothing gets missed.
I'll take. Turn, I'm gonna do. Yeah, sure. I'll take. Done.
Okay, so shuffle that, and we will draw. Okay, that's actually kind of best case scenario for what I wanted to draw there, surprisingly. Alright, I think I'm unfortunately going to have to commit a 2-visor down here because I do kind of need the space, like the hand thing here. Going to attach down because I have Birch for 6, so the energy draw for turn was like, that's probably best case because now I can actually just use what I have here. And we are going to... Yeah, this hand seems like a seek out hand. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Let's grab stuff out. Yeah, I'm gonna seek out. This is a weird one because I don't really know exactly what I want to take here, but I do need some stuff at least. Let's do probably that. And that, I guess. So we'll get those. Draw there. Oh, double dual ball, alright. Unorthodox, but I mean, sure, why not? Some people have all the luck. This is not.
Technically, you're supposed to resolve 2 at a time. Just
Yeah,
you don't know what the second 2 is.
Yeah, you shouldn't resolve them both at the same time, but we'll allow it this time. But yeah, you really should do these individually, especially considering, you know, doing 4 flips at the same time is going to have a different result than doing 2.
Well, that you don't know your second flip when you're searching for the first one.
There is that too. Like, objectively speaking, if you could have flipped 2 tails on the first one and then or even just 1, right? And then you go, okay, I have this 1 Pokemon out, but now I need to search for the other thing there. There's a gameplay reason for it more than just 4 flip be different than 2 flip on this thing.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I think it's only to my disadvantage to flip it all at once.
Probably, which is another reason why you shouldn't do it.
Well, it means you have more information for your first 2 searches. That's what it would be. So it is a good thing for you. Flip all 4 at once.
Oh, no, you're right. Well, are you? Yeah, I guess so.
I can see a plus and a minus for it. I guess, yeah, you've got more info going, okay, I can get more basics than I was expecting of it, but at the same time, I think your point of saying it's to the detriment is actually also kind of true. I'll have a proper think about it later. I'm more focused on the actual game at the moment, you know?
Fair enough. Yeah, you're definitely right, though. I think it does matter enough that I shouldn't do that. So, my bad. Weak to fire. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem of this. This is what I've been saying. My entire deck is weak to fire, so
Let's attach from hand.
yeah, you've still got that to do.
And then seek out.
Okay.
You want that and Yeah, I'll
Okay.
stick with that.
Right, let's draw. Okay.
Pepper, we need V-star markers.
When the other mod adds them.
Fair enough.
Okay, I am going to Wall Point.
Hmm.
So what are you bringing
Fancy.
in?
So you can... I mean, you're gonna hit 50, it looks like, unless I give you something weird with Ditto. Do we want to lose energy? So I think I'll give you a slug.
Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, we are gonna go in with the Sapphire here. I mostly just want to keep energy in play because I think that's how I win here, you know? If I'm gonna win in any way, then I need to make sure that I have enough energy that I can move around as I need to. So we are going to Shaman.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, I needed to get my search and stuff last time round, but, you know, actually get back in the game with Birch. But this time I was like, you're gonna seek out, I'm gonna just take Shaman so that it's not as powerful for it. Because getting a random set of cards is much more beneficial for me than you getting exactly 2 that you want in hand. So we are going to use the energy trance to move the stuff up here, and I'm going to take the knockout with my slash attack.
Cargo.
Yep.
Tap. Percorn.
Yep. Yeah, I only have 2 of this card. I was attempting to play this sort of engine as the first thing I was doing, but I don't know. I kept running out of cards in hand because I just didn't have enough draw cards at that point. Yeah, so these have to be played once at a time, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
There's no shuffle for the first one, right? Because this is what we'd established in midweek. There's no shuffle because you didn't reveal any other cards, so just keep going. Okay.
Run out of slugs.
Yep.
Then I will agility.
Yep.
Come on, baby.
Ooh, okay. Well, that means I shouldn't die next turn to most of you. Could mill a fire, and I guess that would be very sad, but, okay.
I hit that a lot in my... Was that against Psy or Pepper? I was hitting Eruption a lot.
You hit me, it's on me a fairly average number of times.
Gotcha.
Yeah, still probably reasonable enough here. We're going to attach. I am going to Training Method. And we're actually going to grab this Sceptile, because I pulled 1 copy of this thing. I'd probably be playing an even split if I got it, actually. This has been surprisingly good. So we're gonna bench that. I mean, I've got to keep the pressure on with this stuff, right? I should just slash for the knockout. It's going to cost me a lot of energy if this goes wrong, but honestly, I think it is still my best play, so that is what we shall do. Yeah, the fact of Macago's Firestream can one-shot even the big Sceptile is really annoying, actually. Yep, let's draw 3. When the Birch is Charon.
Pokénap?
Yep. Yeah, this has been a very interesting card to play with this week. It's good for special energy using decks actually, because it doesn't say basic. Yep.
Got fire off of it. Gonna put this here. This here.
Yeah, this is where we got, because you know what is there now, so
Eruption!
Yep, and that mills the other Sceptile. So yeah, it's 80, and it's 2 prizes for that too. Like I was saying, not really a lot I can do with that, to be honest. We can go in with this guy though. Maybe this guy would be the salvation. Oh, do I want to go in with that, actually? No, actually, I think this guy's better, because you don't have a way of one-shotting this right now. Because the max you're going to do is 80, because... What you would have to, you can't even double accelerate, so you would have to have like 2 switches plus the Blaziken in the hand, which I mean is possible, but basically not happening. So, I mean, I have to believe that, otherwise I'm just like, what am I supposed to do, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah, we're gonna dual ball. I don't think this is gonna matter. I don't even know if I have like valid targets left in deck here, but or ones that I would want to take anyway. I think you've already gone. No, I do. I have actually got a Trico, so I guess we'll take that. I don't think putting another Cypher down is really the good play here, so I think we're just gonna put that down. Although you did just mill a Sapphire, but I have enough. We're fine. We're gonna play Research. That to get an attach down. I'm gonna move the energy up as well to get the third effect here. So we're gonna do Lizard Poison, which is 20 sleep and poison here. Yeah, so 30 with the modifier. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
Okay. Draw. Blaziken.
Yeah, this is where it starts going downhill a little bit, but you know.
Got it here. You could hit for 70. Not quite.
Not quite. I need 5 energy for that. I could boost energy it though. That'd be cool.
Burned. We'll do 30. Might do on a coin flip 50.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm poisoned. You only need to do 40.
Yeah. I the math works out quite well, to be honest.
40, 50 if you can hit me for 30. Okay, you would still need a coin flip, I think. On the burn. 50 plus 20. Unless it does like extra damage. No, okay. So we're gonna live at the burn.
Mm-hmm. See, if I'd have been exactly prepping for this sort of matchup, I would have maybe looked at Strength Charm as a thing, because it could have been pretty useful, but this wasn't really in on the radar, you know? Because nobody else has this. I kind of do. I have like half of what you have here. 1 Blaziken, 2 Makago.
It's quite solid.
Yeah, I played 1 of this Makago instead of the 4 Lava Flow one in the Entei deck, because sometimes that spread means that you didn't have to discard as many energy with the other one. So...
Alright, awkward position.
Ooh.
Regular.
So just to draw 3, okay.
Yeah. Fire starter.
So it has to go
Go
benched. So,
here.
yep.
And then I'll pass.
Okay, so check the sleep. Still sleeping, okay. I don't think that actually changes my game plan this turn at all. Because my game plan was always going to be to move 2 of these energy away here. We'll attach another one down, and we will just do the 20 with plus what would have been sleep. So, so we'll flip again. Oh wow, that's big. If there's ever going to be a way that I can stand a chance in this, that's going to be it. Ooh, I've been looking at this card, and I just didn't think it was quite strong enough in the end for what I wanted, but it is good. Shuffle away a Garnet and just like, you know, draw 3.
Huh, okay. That. Interesting. Oh, your Ditto can't really copy stuff.
It can.
Gets Eruption.
I can copy Firestream.
Can you?
Ditto has rainbow energies, basically. Every energy that's on it is a rainbow. That's the whole point of playing it. So I can copy Firestream and discard the fire for it too.
Makes sense. Alright. Fire start, cargo.
Oh, he is now fire energy. He has become fire.
And I'll pass.
Okay,
Knockout.
and this is where the numbers work out super well because now it's like a KO going into my turn.
I think I will give you. What are you gonna want? I guess I'll give you the Ditto.
Yeah, that seems somewhat reasonable here. Right, we will draw. We do have the Linoon. I guess this is kind of annoying. I can't really afford to commit more energy up the top here. But I also don't kill you in 2 turns if I don't. That's the pain. Either way, an odd number of HP is going to get knocked out going into your turn. I think I just do the 20 plus sleep here. Because I can't... Like, you can just Firestarter attach active and one-shot me if I do any... It's just 20 this time, because I'm only doing the first effect. Which is just put you to sleep with 1 energy.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm looking at the status, like, if you wake up... Which I mean, it's due, right? So it's like, you wake up, you Firestarter and attach to the Ditto to retreat it, and then I get one shot with like all of my energy gone. So I don't think I can afford to do anything but the sleep here.
That'd be really sad.
I've got to try and eke out any possible like little state that I can do with this game because this matchup is that bad.
I think I forget. Fail.
Okay.
Fire starter, retreat.
Yep. Again, become fire.
And fire stream.
Yeah, and this is the annoying bit now, because now all my dudes have got 10 on them. This obviously gets one shot, which, you know, is not the point of this deck. You are down at 2. Okay. What can we do then? Like 500 cards in hand, so the odds of this is I'm gonna get it in the discount in a sec. Yeah, I've only got 1, so seems bad. Yeah, because the problem is like Firestream now kills the Linoons as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I could just flip 2 heads, right? Just keep flipping heads and just kill it.
There you go.
I think that's that's probably the only option too that's depressing. I mean, what else am I gonna what else am I gonna do? You know?
You could eruption.
That's never gonna do enough. No, I think this is the only choice. Yikes.
Alright, feeling pretty good about my 75% chance to be fine.
I'm sure you are. That would be the other option, which is also really bad, but no, that's going to take too many turns even if I do get it. That just seems
what you do
miserable.
Here is you bench Scyther and you promote it.
That is honestly what I'm thinking about doing. Because I could 50% chance I get agility to work.
Yeah,
Like,
you
no
can think
joke.
that,
No joke. That is actually
3
the...
times and you're golden.
Mm-hmm. Except for the fact that you've got a fully charged Blaziken at that point, but shh.
Details.
I do have one other option, but I don't think it's going to work with that, with your hand the size that it is. This is the only turn I would get to do it, so it's awkward, but it can't be the play. It seems just awful. There's no way you don't have another one, is the problem, or a way to get another one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shuffle back in anyway. I can talk openly enough on the stuff here. I have the mystery plate, which this one bottom decks one of your evolutions, but there's no way that you don't have another Makago, right? So, that's just not viable here, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to copycat instead. Because yeah, the mystery plate works on exactly 2 prizes left, and I could bottom deck the Makago, but there's no way you don't have another one to just replace that, or a way of getting it. So there was one card I was like really hoping to have had in that hand instead of playing copycat there, and I have it now, but I can't play it. You know. Really is going to come down to that, isn't it? Well, I mean, I lasted longer in this game than I expected to. I'm going to go for the headbutt. That's one.
Alright. Not feeling so confident anymore.
Yo, let's go!
Hilarious.
Holy shit! Okay, let's go! Oh my god. I'm making Pepper so bad right now, probably because I told him this card had some potential for the attack as well, and it's just like, yup.
40x until you hit Tails is infinite damage,
Baby
right?
rage for me, chat. Just
Actually.
baby rage for me.
It's infinite damage, you can't lose.
It's good when Mary's impulse is good.
Plug. No, let's hold up on that. His hand do.
There's genuinely no other option though. That's the sad part, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Bunch of junk. Let's go research.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't for most either. That feels like a ski.
It isn't it? Right, because like it's a case of kind of what are you gonna do to it, but I mean you could potentially like eruption next turn or something, I guess, or even eruption this turn if it's like warp point,
Exactly.
fire starter warp point attach, right? No, because this Slugma was benched this turn.
Yeah, I just played him so this turn.
Yeah.
I'm thinking for next turn too, assuming you don't want to continuous headbutt again.
I mean, it's only a 50% chance this time.
necessarily
It's only a 50% chance that I fail this time, right?
Yeah. I guess my thought is you'll be sad to lose the energy more than anything.
Yeah, that could be frustrating.
See, I would have to delete it, and I have to do 60. That's my cargo. I need 4 energy on my cargo to threaten that.
Yeah.
So,
Which
Fire
is
attack,
fire starter attach, like turn after turn. That's not easy to stream at this point.
unless
Oh,
was
and
gonna
then
say,
there's
unless you see
also...
out with them.
And then there's also the problem, if I KO the Ditto, then you've got to promote something else. You still got to attach to whatever you're thinking there, unless you have a switch as well, which, you know, we're starting to get into, like, 6-card combo territory here, you know.
Yeah. Boy. Doo-doo.
I can't believe that. I'm sorry. Then again, you did hit 4 heads on Dual Ball earlier, so how sorry can I really be?
Mhm. I'll go for attach, fire starter.
Yep.
Pass.
Okay, we will draw. And now the temptation really is to see about that play. You know, that isn't the worst idea. Can I afford to play that this turn? Is the question. Or do I have to risk it anyway? Okay, you know what? Let's play a little bit safe here. We're going to take this out of range. I'm going to trans the energy to like the Sapphire real quick, or anywhere really, because this is what I wanted last turn. I'm going to Pokemon Nurse to 10 damage off the Linen
cool.
here. It's an energy trans deck. Of course I'm going to play like the not Pokemon Center equivalent, right? Because that was going to keep me out of range of dying in one shot to the eruption, so I wouldn't have just died instantly like spontaneous combust if I failed the flips there. I am going to get an energy attachment down, and I think this might actually be the turn to play this. I'm going to go with the Mystery Plate, and I am going to... Yeah, it's Outly 2 Pies. I'm going to bottom deck your Blaziken here.
Yep.
There we go, Pepper. We both used the silly effects on these things now.
Yay!
Because that's just one more piece that you have to find now in order to get a good damage output, so...
Oh. Do that. I mean...
Today we've proven that Mystery Plate was, at one point, actually a decent card. I am happy. I'm sure someone watching is either having their mind blown or just swearing at the screen, telling us off for running such jank.
Right, so that gets shuffled up again.
If I do this, I can fire starter, attach, switch, hit with Blaziken. If I do this, I can attach, hit with. I think this cargo isn't much unless you switch to. No, it doesn't matter anymore. Well, I guess unless you switch to this Linoon, but there's no reason you would do that.
Not really. Pokemon this is not center. I can't heal everything, unfortunately. Speaking of, where's my fresh water set? That would be so good right now. Give me my Brock back, because that would have been what I wanted here.
Yeah,
We have Brock at home. Brock at home is Expedition Meganium.
Fuck, I forgot about that card. I don't have it, so that's why.
It's pretty bad.
It is
I
pretty
was
bad.
looking at it. It's pretty bad.
Nav.
Yeah, that helps.
Do you like to see that?
Yeah.
If I promote cargo, you can flip 2 heads
I could.
and knock it out.
Are you willing to take that risk?
Here. Seems okay. Oh, but I can just switch. Retreat,
Okay.
erupt in 20.
Right. Here's research. Right, so 20. Yeah, because you knew what was on top of deck, so... Right, we will draw. Give me just a sec, I need to read this one. It's 10 and auto burn, okay. I never used any of the slug burn from the more recent sets because the magma ring one was just objectively the best one, so I didn't even know what it did, to be fair, so, you know.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay, I have a line. I'm not entirely convinced it's the best one, but I think it is what we are going to go with here. I think this is going to be the best supporter for this turn, but I want to be sure of what's already gone. Yeah, I think I need to do that here. We're going to play Town Volunteers. Because I think I need Sapphire back at the moment. This seems kind of good, so... I don't think the other one's going to make enough of a difference here. I may as well just get the energy. So do that. You have a 2-card hand. You know what? This is going to be very silly. We're going to do it again, but we're going to do it on the Makago this time. Bottom deck the Makago. Alright, go for it.
Alright.
I'm not taking my chances again.
Need. How many cargoes are gone? I think you've killed a couple.
I've taken out 2, was it, at this point?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. Well, one got discarded from something else, maybe, because I don't think I killed 2 of them in this round. No, I did, because I slept one to death. Right, sleep poison.
Copycat.
Ooh, that's gonna get 6. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's expected. Oh well, I tried.
Fire starter. What do you promote? You can't kill it. 4 or 5 energy. You can't get Subtile out fast enough. Either agility. Probably agility.
Probably agility. I hate how luck-based this has been for it, but I mean, look at this matchup. I should. What choice have I had?
I'll fire start here, I think.
Sure.
Then fire stream for.
Yep. Right. So I might as well do that to shift it around. 20 there, and on these 2. Yeah, there was an argument that I should have gone for it the other way, but like, you had 2 cards, so it was not unreasonable to try and do that. I think you're right. The only choice I really have here is that, so I'll have to do it. I do have training method, so if agility works, I mean, I have Grovile, so...
Yep. Next turn, Septile Solar Beam for knockout.
That would get the knockout.
Then you lose. Unless it has
Yeah,
energy.
then I lose to Blaze, so it's not good either way, but yeah, no, one prize left is the other awkward bit here. I get, what would have been the alternative? Again, 2 heads with like tail wrap or something, but that seems really bad. Yeah, there wasn't really a better way of doing it, I don't think. I should at least attach anyhow. Yeah, I'm not seeing a way out on this at the moment, but if there's where there's an agility, there's a way, right? Or do I just go for it anyway? No, I mean, Fire Stream still kills me anyway. You would need... Oops, I screenshotted by mistake. Really loud noise on the stream because of that. You would need just an energy and like a switch. I mean, that is a hard switch. That's not impossible to fade. I'm just trying to think, if I do get 1 heads on agility here, how much is that actually going to change? Because Firestream just keeps hitting the bench anyway, and Ditto is eventually going to get KO'd. Only 50 HP, right? So it's like, how much does that actually change if I get agility here?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like it's going to change that much. So obviously then you should have, or it could have promoted the other guy in the first place, but obviously agility was the first idea. Because I do not believe for 1 second that you are going to fade an active attachment here. That is not going to be the case. I think the only viable play, I think, is to go for the headbutt, isn't it, really? Looking at the board state, like, if I headbutt, at least it forces you into, like, a free card... Free card? No, like, energy Firestarter switch. It at least forces you to have it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a choice, really. We're gonna try.
You never know, you might just get the KO.
Nope. That's fine. GG's. I should not have been in that one as long as I was anyway. I had the way to get the Sceptile, but I needed Sceptile and Light Nurse, right? Because if I could have faded the Blaziken from killing me...
I may miss the attachment, just so you know.
Yeah, but you won't. There's no way. Not in a thing like that.
Let's see.
And even if you did, like, what's it gonna do? Is like you've still got enough damage on. There's no evolved Pokemon left, huh?
Yeah. It's only, I think there were 2 fire in there. I mean, you're probably right that it just doesn't matter in the end, because fire's harder.
I mean, there is still a way that it does, but yeah. Birch draw 2.
There. Pokemon.
Ooh, there it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, GG's.
GG. Well played.
Yeah.
You played to your outs.
Oh my god, it would have as well if you didn't find the energy. Ooh, yeah, if you didn't find the energy, I could have nursed off. Wow, that was close. Yeah, I won Grove Island. It wasn't really bad prize-wise either, like, apart from prizing a Linoon. That was not really bad. Freaking Linoon, man. Jesus. That was alarmingly close. In the end, that spread damage is what does it, though.
Yeah, it helps, for sure.
Like, it's funny, because I was initially kind of thinking of playing, like, a Weezing or something in here to at least do a little bit with the matchup. It's like, there's not really anything. That's not going to do enough damage anyway. So, it's kind of like, what's the point, you know? You could maybe try and play like Nidoqueen from Skyridge, because it does have an evolution helper attack and effect anyway, but it's not like that strong. It still dies to like the Mewtwo stuff as well, and it's another stage 2, and I have like 2 Nidoran or something, so I don't know. In this particular set, that's not really good enough, I don't think, because Rare Candy would make it fine, right? If you could Rare Candy and not play as many of the stage 2 lines, sure, but in this particular format where you have to manually evolve all of your stage 2s, it just didn't seem strong enough. But I'm not gonna lie, this was a lot trickier of a thing than I expected it was gonna be with that. This put up way more of a fight than Venusaur did against the fire stuff.
Yeah, it's funny. I pulled the same spread of Septile, one of this dude and unlimited of the others.
Yeah.
Oops.
I do think I would play a 2-2 spread if I had it. I don't think I'm going to play this deck much more though, because I think it was more of a meta call than anything. Going, well, you know, Fire wasn't looking that strong, again, until you showed your pulls like 20 minutes before start time. Fire really wasn't looking that strong, and this kind of beats just about everything that isn't raw fire. So, you know, if I had Pepper's Chansey EX would have been the out if I had that as an availability, but I didn't pull it, so there was definitely going to be a replacement of a Cypher for a Chansey if I got it, because I'm playing free Pokemon this in here. Double Edge is not that dangerous for me, and AD still just kills everything, so...
I don't know if you've seen, Matt, but there was a very distinct possibility I would have had the exact counter to your deck.
Yeah, we were going to be playing rock paper scissors this week for sure, because there is a distinct number of Swampert in here, which would have been, yeah, like your loss and my from me, you know. It'd be like, yeah, what do you do against that? Because Ditto just gets one shot by it as well. So, but
rock,
then
paper, scissors, Mewtwo.
Yeah, but I beat Mewtwo, so it's okay. But yeah, no, the Swampert is resisted by Sceptile, so it's not weak to it, but I do have resistance, so it only does 20 damage at a time, so it might as well be an auto loss, basically. But the sad bit for me is I have one Blaziken and one Gardevoir, so what am I supposed to do with that, right? I can't play either of them, really.
Yeah.
My flood was the Hariyama, really.
Whereas I got like a bazillion EXs this week. I got 3 Cypher, I got 3 Lapras, I got 2 Mewtwo, I got an Electabuzz, and I think that was it? Yeah, because I didn't get Sneasel or anything that way either. So like I got tons. I was actually considering just playing Cypher Mewtwo with Clefable and Delcatty as the only other 2 Pokemon set. Like just a 3-2 Delcatty, 2-2 Clefable. Because you like search the energy, then draw cards, right? Because the way this was setting up, it really just felt like Big Bungus metagame, basically, where it's consistency and like actually getting more than about 4 cards in your hand was proving to be so ridiculously difficult within this that honestly it was just, as bad as these EXs are, it's a case of they're basics that you can just keep attaching to, therefore they will set up where the opponent likely doesn't. If, you know, it's really hard to set anything up with it this round, so this was the best concession that I had that way, but I realized in the end that it was actually good enough, right? Like, Elm's training method is fine, the Nurse gives me longevity against everything that doesn't one-shot me, which is everything except fire, and yeah, it's like I can tank everything. I have the inevitable high damage output. Solar Beam is good. The status condition stuff is really annoying this week, and yeah, just Energy Trance is amazing. So it was pretty solid. Pepper was the one who clued me in on the mystery plates. Like, I had always looked at them, but I never really counted them as much here. But the more we looked at it, the more we went, actually, yeah, you know, getting one of these in the early game off of like a research or something and being able to just extend further or like play fan club plus this is just really good, because not everybody can flip 2 heads on dual ball every time. So I did initially try, like I had my apricorn maker, I only have 2 of them, so it wasn't quite as solid as this, but I had like 4 master ball, 3 fast ball, 2 dual ball in there, and it was fine, but I ran out of cards in my hand too much, so it didn't come together well enough. And like, again, I've made the grievances with Birch fairly well known. Birch in decks that play like a ton of Evo lines and stuff can be awkward because you just clog on the Evos, right? If you can't get the basics in play first, then what are you doing, right? So it was awkward, but I do like this list in the end. I wish I could have played something instead of 3 Cypher EX, but you know, Ditto wasn't going to do much more for me anyway. I think it was fine as it was. This is about as good as I was going to get this hour, but hey, it was good.
I only ended up with 1 EX, which was causing Pepper some stress.
Yeah, like, this is meant to be a 1 in 6.
You didn't.
My pack's broken again.
You didn't get very many either, did you, Matt?
I got a few. I think I got like 2 Hitmonchan, Lapras, Magmar.
Am I just hallucinating again and I didn't see the Hitmonchan? That is very possible because you have alphabetical sort when I'm not used to that.
Or
But,
I separated them out before the screenshot and they got excluded as well. Okay.
it's probably just me then. Yeah.
Also, Pepper, I think some of the bags, the auto spread bags, got deleted, so we might need a new one.
Oh yeah, I see them
No,
now.
they're in the white box.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, you got more than I thought. You've got an Electabuzz in here, 2 Hitmonchan, a Lapras, a Magmar. No Mewtwo, no Cypher. Those were the big ones. But then again, to be fair, Mewtwo might still be okay, but literally none of these EXs matter. None of them are actually good. They were just played because there were no better choices in this round, unless you pulled like this, you know?
The Mewtwo might still see some play afterwards, but it depends what people pull.
Yeah, it's plausible, but I mean, yeah, there's still a chance, because you could just rare candy Delcatty if you get it turn 1, and still get a discard for energy absorption. So even if you don't get like Juggler to play,
or you can get one eruptions into the discard, which happened.
That was super unfortunate.
Did he just manipulate it back on the bench immediately?
No, what happened? It was turn 2. I just retreated my Skitty out to get a second one in there. Attach and absorb.
Yeah, no, so it was funny because yesterday when we were testing, Pepper and I basically had Mewtwo Wars version 2 because, you know, Weezing Mewtwo EX, etc. The thing, it was just a case of, yeah, we kind of had that same thing happen again, same as what happened with the movie one. It's amazing how many times this happens over the years, isn't it? Because, you know, next Destiny's Mewtwo obviously is the big one that way, but yeah, Mewtwo Wars just seem to happen a lot, and yeah, we had another version of that because we both have 2 of it, so that was kind of funny.
I don't think Manipulate worked as well as I'd hoped it did.
Nah.
Like it's a cheeky play, but it's too fat for what it is, and the Gengar, like, not useless, but it's a bit of a... It's not cool.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be much better if you like candy it. It'll probably be a good tech line in the next sort of thing. I want to bring out just the other one that I was looking at real quick. This was the Weezing Mewtwo list that I was going to potentially play instead. Probably would have been a better matchup, one that isn't using continuous headbutt. But honestly, I just like the Sceptile. I thought that was the thing was cool, so you know, why not, right? But this was the other sort of thing. Yeah, using Mewtwo's high damage output after spreading with Weezing for a fair bit seems reasonable enough. You know, it's got 60 on its thing, so yeah, that after a couple of Weezing spreads is going to KO most stuff. So, but it's very weak to Psychic, which, you know, all of this. So it's I was in a very bad spot in either way round this week because there wasn't much better I was going to play. The Weezing Donphan stuff that Sai played was my initial one for this round, but then I just decided I wanted to do something else instead. Donphan Misdreavus was another one that I considered, because the Misdreavus, it's the Aquapolis Donphan, so Earthquake self-damaging all of your stuff, and then Misdreavus puts damage counters for each Pokemon you have that's got damage on them. So
I was so close to playing that this week with Gardevoir, but I only had 2 Misdreavus.
Yeah, I have 3, so it was like just good enough, but yeah, would have been nice, but I just wasn't getting good draws with it when I was testing it this afternoon, so I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna go with what I have here.
My other choices for the week were trying to bring back Zam. Kind of worked, but
we had a good game with this versus Sceptile. As it turns out, Lizard Poison is really annoying for this deck.
Yeah, I did not pack enough anti-status.
Yeah, special condition shut off Psymimic. Go figure. So the auto poison just like stopped him from. I only ever put 2 energy on it, and it's just like 20 plus poison. And what's the worst he's going to do at that point? He can't mimic my attacks, so he has to use Synchronize for 20, and it just doesn't do anything. So
efficient attackers and status just do not play well with Alakazam.
You didn't get the bounce energy in your
I
pulls?
did, but I on it because it's trying to run juggler and special energy slots were hard to find. Space is build.
I wanted to play Alakazam as well, but I only got 1 bounce.
oh, okay. I have 2.
Those can get traded around.
Sure.
If people are going to use them.
Yep.
Down here was my attempt at being a resource denial deck. I just didn't get the pulls though.
Yeah.
Big spell, more room beyond, some number of desert shaman.
It's hard to play resource denial in a format where it is so difficult to get. You are not getting them. Don't matter how many times you're clicking, you're not getting them. It's
click harder.
it's just like it's really hard to play resource denial in a format where it's so hard to get your resources in the first place, right? Like again, I was initially trying to play like 4 energy removal 2 and a couple of reversal because of the fact that Weezing is pretty good at just killing stuff slowly, right? So you just deny their actives by reversal, putting them where they don't want to be, and that's great. But how on earth are you drawing this stuff in this format? Like again, Weezing is at 2 energy stage 1. It wasn't possible to be doing that whilst having like 4 removals and 4 reversals and stuff in the deck. It just couldn't. It just wasn't happening. We don't have good enough draw options for that right now.
And I pulled 4 of these Mighty Annas and they're a bit I tried to do some. I really did.
Yeah.
Probably the saddest 4 on the set now. Look at it. Even the Wailord's probably better with thanks to Bert.
Big ol' whale.
5 for 70.
Hey, I'm doing 5 for 70 and I'm okay with it. I don't know what your problem is.
Dust Off, which I also pulled several of.
So yeah, I don't think we were particularly short on like Pokemon options for this round. It was just how do we actually get them, right? Was the difficult bit.
Goes
like,
Matt.
yeah, it was just like there really wasn't a good way of consistently building decks that didn't involve like about a third of the deck being supporters, which clearly doesn't make for a quick game plan, but you kind of gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So
yeah, unlike the E-card, where Jason literally do have 20 supporters, the EXs actually kind of put pressure on you early in this format.
yeah.
You have to have something.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just attach 2 to Lapras and assist your way out of problems. Terrible.
Or in my case, Desert Shaman away to Sapphire and Pokemon Nurse.
Yeah, I didn't even get to tell you that, Matt. Yeah, I got shamaned in like near the start. I say near the start, but I had like I used Seek Out a couple of times on Linoon, and I got Shamaned on the second one. My hand had both Sceptile with 2 Grovyle in play, and also had like 2 Pokemon Nurse, so I was going to be completely set for ages against Weezing. And then it was like it was Shaman into Retreat to Donphan to KO my Linoon, so I couldn't search for cards anymore either. And I was just like, fuck. You know, what do I do with this now? Right? And then I dropped Cypher EX, and Donphan is very sad at Cypher. It still resists fighting, so it just doesn't play
Best
nice.
I can do is 10 if it was damaged, and it wasn't at that point.
Yeah, because I just dropped it after the fact, so because you don't want to bench EXs too early against Weezing. To be honest.
Half-rotten discount base Cypher is still a base Cypher.
Yeah. Right, I can hear meows in the background, so I'm assuming you are needed for stuff.
No. Not because of that, but
Sure.
it's just pacing.
Well, GG's. We have. I mean, I say we're gonna have a rough time against the stuff with it this way. Fire is in a weird spot with the next set because Kabutops and Omastar are both like really good. So I don't know. Fire's gonna be.
God forbid if I get those.
Or if I just get through, if I get the same as my fun draft earlier, 3 Kabutops, 3 Aerodactyl.
I
So
didn't get any of the fossils and like one of the fossil stadium.
oh, so you didn't get Buried Fossil. That's unfortunate because Fan
And
Club
we don't
is
have
good with
Egg
that.
or Mysterious right now, do we?
Mysterious is
We'll
in
get
the next
Mysterious
set.
next set. It gets errata, but you can still use the old ones. I think.
Oh really?
Fair enough.
Cool.
That helps.
Yeah.
Summoning shouldn't be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't, but we've missed commons before.
Just don't miss Dunsparce.
For the love of God, don't miss Dunsparce.
I think we found our worst common missing was in, like, Fusion Strike.
Is it Drizzle?
We did kind of critically miss Drizzles. Yeah, we had I think 1 each or something, but yeah.
We even tried doing them in Hidden Fates and we got none.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
You got a lot of Crobat though, so...
I did. Alright, let's end this